Hey everyone, this is back. It's the Commish, back here with another team video preview. This time it's last year's champion Brian and the 12th man, a team that's finished second and first in this league in the first 2 years. Obviously always has been a contender. Let's get right into the schedule here for Brian and the 12th man. I got week 1 Ryan and Goose Bombers in the rematch of last year's final. And for Brian and the 12th man, I see a win in this divisional battle. I've beaten a dead horse here. Ryan missed the draft. I think he still might end up alright, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Week 2, taking on Lucas and Green Lightning. See a win here for Brian and the 12th man. You know, receivers like Julio and AJ Green, I think, are going to be the difference in this one. Week 3 goes to a divisional battle against Gwevin and Monsters of the Midway. See a loss here for Brian. It's going to be a good one though. Philip Rivers versus Andrew Luck that week, so that's going to be a game that I'm sure they're going to be tuned into that week. But I just think better matchups for Monsters. Week 4, taking on Sean and Haha Dicks. See a win here for Brian. Basically, you know, again, that dynamic duo receiver with Julia Jones and AJ Green, I think, is you know, the difference in this one as well. So 3-1 through 4. Week 5, taking on Krista and Storm. See a win here for the defending champ. Krista crippled by the bye, and that's obviously going to hurt her in that one. Week 6, taking on the first ever champion George and Pack Attack in somewhat of a rematch. It's a win here for Brian. You know, the defense is on the bye for Brian, but it won't even matter in this one. You know, it's kind of a tale of two franchises. Brian's still competitive. George obviously not looking good this year. Week 7, taking on Chris and True North. See a loss here for Brian. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to light up Chicago. He always does. And I think that's going to mean big points for Chris and True North. Week 8, divisional battle, Joshua and Cry Phoenix. A win here for Brian. Again, he gets another team here crippled by the bye, and that's going to lead it to victory. So through 8 weeks, 6-2, definitely looking like a contender again. Week 9, taking on the Commish and Stars. See a loss here for Brian. Basically missing some key players to the bye, and I think that the Commish will just have the advantage with that. Week 10 versus Luke and Too Good for a Name. See a win here for Brian. I think it's going to be a lot closer than you know, what it's going to look like on paper, but you know, Luke's going to have Brady and Bell back by then, so obviously he's going to be a better team. Week 11, taking on Suze and Fighting Geese. See a loss here for Brian. Basically, his only quarterback, Philip Rivers, will be on the bye, as well as no Julio Jones. I think that's going to mean a win for divisional rival Suze. And then ending the season before the flex game, of course, Week 12 versus Mike and the CDC. See a win here for Brian. I think just better matchups, and you know, finds a way to win. So where does that put Brian through 12 weeks, heading into the flex? See Brian sitting at about an 8-4 record, obviously looking like he's going to be a threat again this year in the West Division. Obviously, the only thing I can see keeping an eye on for Brian will be Thomas Rawls and whether he's going to be in a timeshare now, as well as you know, Jeremy Hill's looking good though. So we'll see how it goes for Brian, and good luck.